أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. Assalamu alaikum. Hassan Raza, the founder of Pep Talk Pakistan. Thank you for joining us today's show. We're always bring amazing people who are going to help you, inspire you passionately. Let's discuss about today's session. We'll be having this session in two medium. One is Urdu and second is English, so the maximum people can reach to us. Ladies and gentlemen, I am super excited today. You know why? My today's guest is phenomenal. Joining us today, a top-notch HR professional and an amazing visionary. You know, when I say amazing, I mean it. You know what's special? She is always ready to help everyone, particularly the job seekers. I have seen many posts of our guest on social media who went viral. She's a coach and a seasoned HR professional. She believes that the distance between you and everything that you want is only a one communication away. As you listen to her story, you will notice the power in your own voice. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I am today's guest, and her name is Samia Kama. Let me put her on screen first. Hi, Samia. Thank
Thank
you
you
very
so
much
much,
for joining
Hassan.
us today.
Thank you so much, Hassan. Thank you so
Hey,
much for giving me this huge prerogative to be here and joining you here with the rest of the people.
wonderful. By the way, Samia, I am super excited today because I have seen your live webinar, I have seen your videos on YouTube, and I'm sure that this session is going to be very informative for everyone and a wonderful session.
I'm deeply humbled. I'm deeply humbled, and I will try my level best to keep the audience engaged. So there is a lot of pressure, but I'm sure I won't let you down.
Okay, great, wonderful. So, ladies and gentlemen, Samia Kamar is having more than 14 years working experience in the field of human resources. She has worked with different companies like Excel Labs, Marriott Hotels, and currently she is working as a director people at S&P Global. Today, she will be sharing her views on a very interesting topic, and that is rebuild organization culture for business success. Again, Samia, welcome on Pep Talk Pakistani show. You know, I am super excited today, as I have already shared with you, and inshallah taala, session is going to be very, very useful for my followers. By the way, we are live on LinkedIn, YouTube, and Facebook right now. So, Samia, the first question that I would like to ask you, I am going to ask you a lot of questions. These questions are on the behalf of our
Sure.
people who are following me on LinkedIn,
Sure.
YouTube, and Facebook. So the first question is that who are you and how you have learned the profession of HR?
It's a nice question, but I think it's a fully loaded question. So, who am I? I am Samia Kamar. I don't feel like introducing myself when it comes to my accomplishments. They are right there in front of everyone. But what I can surely say is that how I ended up or landed on having an opportunity in the field of HR is when I started doing my MBA back in 2005, and when I completed it in 2006. So that was the buzz thing at that time. And that was the only reason that I thought that what I have done is the reason good enough for me to join the workforce. And with that in mind, I mean, while I wasn't aware of the opportunities, or I wasn't aware about the struggles that I was supposed to, or I hadn't like anticipated all of them. But just because it was a buzzword, that's how I landed in 2006. You may find it very interesting that my mom always wanted me not to work because my other siblings are doctors, so she wanted me so much to be back at home and to relax. And whenever I would share my struggle with her, she would be like, "Oh, so why don't you give up?" And I would be like, "No, no, no. If I now give up, that means I have accepted that I am not good enough. While I started like my job, just to kind of get a sense of what the corporate structure or culture looks like. But that said, whenever I would be like, whenever I would encounter any problem, any struggle, then I would say, no, 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 if I give up, that's not the way of doing it. That means I'm weak, I maybe. So that would give me a sense of strength that I have to prove myself. um yeah, but now when I think about it, I mean, I feel, I sometimes, it's like, it's kind of a running joke now that I never gave up, and that is probably the reason that I'm still there. But yeah, but then with the passage of time, I started enjoying doing what I was doing for people, what I was trying, or how I was trying to empower others, because I was the first woman in everything that I did. And that obviously had put a lot of pressure and then a lot of accountability on my shoulders as well, because I wanted to empower other women as well. So while being the first one, or to have my own voice, then with the passage of time, obviously that was more of a responsibility to do for others, and to make an environment where others are also inclusive, not just women, but other people belonging to other religions, people who belong to a different ethnicity, a different background, different education system. So that's how it gave me a sense of my purpose, and it helped me thrive in the corporate sector.
Great, wonderful, wonderful. What an inspirational story. Great. So, समय एक क्वेश्चन जो हम हमेशा अपने जो गेस्ट हैं उनसे पूछते हैं, बड़ा जबरदस्त क्वेश्चन है और लाइक टू नो अबाउट योर ओपिनियन ऑन इट। हसन, मुझे जॉब नहीं मिलती, समया मुझे जॉब नहीं मिलती, एक कैंडिडेट जो है वो अक्सर कहते हैं बिकॉज वी डोंट हैव एनी strong reference. So what personally do you think that the reference is very much important to get a job?
Just like yourself, Hassan, I have always encountered this question. And I have a lot to say on this topic, but I know we have a different topic as well. But all I will say is that if I share my experience in all candor, I have worked with four different organizations, and I'm not including the other ones where, I've done some consultancy as well. Keeping that aside, having worked for four organizations out of four, and I'm like, with all honesty, out of four, I got two on the basis of referral, and I got two on the basis of what was there in my resume, without having to have any reference. And that's how I tell the story that 50% I agree. Like, I've gotten my jobs from my own professional background on the basis of reference. Now that said, this gives us a good number. Again, if that's a starting point for me to share, then there is hope that people can go, and people need to do certain things differently. And then people usually ask, what is it that we need to do differently? I always say, number one, ask yourself why you are doing what you are doing, what's your unique selling point, how are you standing out from the rest of the crowd, and then what are some of the efforts. Like, basically it just needs some time to network with the right people. And then with networking, it usually happens, jitne bhi naye log hote hain wo ye the moment they will meet me or someone else, I've seen this happening, wo साथ ही ना कहेंगे कि जी ये मेरा resume है, now help me get that job. The idea of networking is to give back whatever is possible on the volunteer basis, not to ask immediately while you have had the opportunity of networking. So networking with the right people, offering something that you can do for free, and there can be a lot that can be done. Agar job nahi milti doesn't mean that you should be just sitting back and wasting your time. Why don't you volunteer yourself or your services to the organizations which will help you? और साथ में ये है कि आप किस तरह, like what effort are you doing in terms of standing out from the rest of the crowd, where you say, this is what I have done, that's the value I added, that was the impact I have done, and making yourself visible in front of those people, those employers, those key decision makers, and those players who can actually help you. मगर ये बिलीव कि सिर्फ रेफरल्स ही आपको कहीं पर लेकर जाएंगे, while I will not disagree, but I will say they are not the only people who can help you. There are a ton of resources, there are a ton of individuals who, without getting to have any referrals, can also help you, as long as you have the right focus, you have the right passion, you have the right skill set, you have the right focus of doing something. मगर expect करना, मैं हमेशा यही कहती हूँ, सिर्फ एक्सपेक्ट करने से कुछ भी नहीं होता, unless and until people are not giving out their best. Best in terms of everything that you do, best in terms of even the impact that you would like to create. I hope I was able to answer this question. मगर अपना टाइम
Yeah.
बर्बाद नहीं करना चाहिए, कोई टाइम भी वेस्ट नहीं करना चाहिए, just
Mm.
having this hope कि कोई आएगा और हमें हमारी career aspirations में हमें help करेगा. That is never going to happen. You are the a driver of your own destination. If there isn't any door, कहते हैं ना, you have to build the door of opportunity. अल्लाह ताला ने भी बहुत सलाहियत दी है, बहुत सारे आइडियाज अल्लाह ने दिए भी हैं और सोचने पर तो खुदा भी मिल जाता है। तो से लोगों पर सिर्फ बिलीफ या तवक्कल नहीं करना चाहिए।
Wonderful, rightly said. So, अब हम बात करते हैं समया, the topic. The topic is very interesting and unique. Rebuild organization culture for business success. First question that I would like to ask, and that is how you can define the culture of the organization. How culture is important for an organization?
It's a great question, very cool ones. I'll say that every organization is formed on the basis of shared set of beliefs, ideas, opinions, unspoken norms, and I'm sure many of the people and yourself you would know that anyway. That those norms are so strong that those norms inform people what is expected from them, and what is it that is desired from them to contribute to the business results. Now, what is most important for organizations is to know their own why those companies exist. Obviously, every organization will say money, but money is the outcome of having that sense of purpose and having that why. And having that purpose goes a very, very long way, because if organizations are very good at knowing their why, their sense of purpose, their means of existence, then they outperform their competition if they know that, and then that becomes their sense of passion. And those, again, I'll say that those organizations who are passionate in terms of what they do, while not just solving a business problem, they have a compelling story to tell other organizations at a human level, and that's how they can get connected with people at a deeper level. So obviously, a positive culture is very important. It's a very important aspect, not just for the employees who work for that particular organization, also for their satisfaction, but also for the customers that they're trying to serve, and then the shareholders and the community at large. So how can you actually transform your culture to create a working environment that talented professionals get attracted to, is $1 million question. And so I'll say that many employers think that by having engagement activities such as perhaps offering a free food or snacks is sufficient enough, but I think it goes deeper down that level, because these superficial offerings will not stay for a longer term. And there are five components which are very, very important for not only attracting but also retaining the key talent. And I'll say uh, balance between the representation of minorities as well as the majority group. And the more diverse group by all means and form and fashion we can have, that balance is going to go a long way. Also offering the work-life balance to people, creating a culture where there is trust, where people love to work with other people because they know if they have given a word, then it's not just a word, but that means a commitment, where the values are not just written on a piece of paper, but they're actually proclaimed, where the development conversation happens, and those conversations are not just conversations, but there is a deeper interest of the organization to develop the skill set of those people. And lastly, but most importantly, leadership is what matters the most, because the culture is driven top down, and leadership sets the tone of the culture. So whether the leadership is trustworthy enough or not, that's a question that obviously those organizations or every organization should be asking if they really want to reinforce a positive culture in their organizations.
Wonderful, wonderful, rightly said. Okay, the next question is how well does any company's culture reflect the stated mission and values? अच्छा, एक और क्वेश्चन इसी से रिलेटेड हमें एक किसी ने कहा कि ये भी हमारे बिहाफ में पूछेगा। ओके, आज आपके साथ एक जबरदस्त और टॉप नॉच सीजन 8 प्रोफेशनल हैं। सो कितनी वैल्यूज जो हैं एक इदारे को बनाने चाहिए?
Yes, I can. कितनी values बनानी चाहिए, right? I'll just repeat and you can probably nod your head. So I will know that that's the
आई
question.
थिंक
एक
इंटरनेट
company
इशू है थोड़ा सा।
एक company को कितनी values बनानी चाहिए? Am I audible?
Samir, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can. Can you hear me? Okay. Okay, so the question is कि किसी company को कितनी values बनानी चाहिए? Am I right? Okay, all right, I got it. Okay, I'll try to answer this one. Okay, but first I'll answer your first question definitely. So the company's culture is definitely proclaimed through the mission statement. Basically, mission statement, vision statement, followed up by the mission statement, and then set of values. Um, all of these goes hand in hand, and but actually it's about the daily practices that every employee sort of does, or and then culture, like I said earlier as well, it begins from the top and it is inculcated top down. So the culture is how actually things get done, what's the way for any organization, and how or whether it is augmenting the strategy or not. There are very good organizations, but as long as the culture is not augmenting their strategy, then definitely having that culture will not be helpful. um, आजकल की दुनिया में ज़्यादा इम्पोर्टेंट है कल्चर का होना, because we are all operating in a very complex world where we have to manage the distributed workforce while working in the virtual space. I'll say that there are three important things to consider. Point number one is to my first narrative earlier as well, having a sense of purpose, where companies know where they are headed towards, what is it they're trying to do, why is it important to have that sense. Second important ingredient is the culture code. Because values and actions are obviously desired, but what is the behavior code? How the organization want its people to behave with each other and to behave while nobody is watching them. That actually defines the culture code. And words should not be just pasted on a should not be just printed on a piece of paper, or should not be there just hanging somewhere on the wall. Rather, those are living experiences of people. अगर कोई कहता है, कोई कंपनी कहती है कि ट्रूथ बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, स्पीकिंग द ट्रूथ इज समथिंग विच इज देयर वैल्यू, मगर अगर लोग सच बात बोल ही नहीं रहे, then what's the point of having it as a value? So it's important that people are living those values on a day in day out basis. और दूसरा दूसरा मैं ये भी ज़रूर कहूँगी कि कल्चर ये भी है कि जहाँ पर ये नहीं है कि सबने यस, यस, यस करना है, या people who are sitting on the upper echelon of the hierarchy are very well respected. Culture सही organizations का positive culture वो होता है जहाँ regardless of the titles everybody is given the same level of treatment, the same level of access, where even their disagreements are not taken personally and they are taken in the interest of the organization, and people are having that liberty to push back with respect, again not because they want or they think that that's the right way of doing it, but because what makes sense to the business results, what makes sense to the organization is what those people care about. So that's how great cultures are formed. And lastly, like the third important ingredient is essential actions. मीनिंग कि हम के या ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस जो बात करते हैं, अगर कल्चर उनके लिए बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट है, तो फिर कल्चर से रिलेटेड ही उनकी रिक्रूटमेंट भी होनी चाहिए। कल्चर इम्पोर्टेंट है, तो डीप ऑनबोर्डिंग होनी चाहिए, जहाँ उनको वो लोग बताएँ, जिनके जो कंपनी के साथ एक्सपीरियंसेस रहे हैं, दे आर टेलिंग दोज़ कंपेलिंग स्टोरीज़ टू पीपल, दे आर शेयरिंग देयर नॉर्म्स, दे आर शेयरिंग व्हाट दे हैव गॉन थ्रू एंड हाउ द कंपनी हैज़ सपोर्टेड। और लास्टली, लीडर्स के लिए इम्पोर्टेंट ये है, हाउ दे आर एंगेजिंग विद पीपल, how much care are they showing. And now coming to your question कि कितने होने चाहिए values, if I'm right. So देखिए, values मैं कहूँगी बहुत ज़्यादा भी नहीं होने चाहिए, because अगर 10 values for example एक कंपनी रखती है, this is too much, like 10 values, and then the meaning also gets interpreted very differently by all the people, as the organization grows, as soon
Yeah,
as there is scale. So I would say between 3 to 5 values are more than enough, but then those values should not be different from the vision of the company or the mission that the company has created. It should go hand in hand to achieve the bigger purpose.
agreed. Wonderful. Rightly said. Right. Okay, Samia, the next question is that do you believe a poorly conceived or implemented company culture creates an opportunities or incentives for unethical workplace behavior?
I'll say a toxic culture has serious implications. It has very serious consequences. While we have different
Hmm.
organizations in different parts of the world, perhaps their executives or founders or CEOs might not have given that much of thought, but it has profound impact on the productivity, on the profitability, on business results, on people, and also on the brand reputation and brand equity, which is super, super imperative in these days when companies are directly connected with the target audience in this social through social media, and in this era where digitalization is so common. So what is basically when we say poor or a toxic culture, what does that mean? I'll say a litmus test is that if people are comfortable having a backdoor communication, where they are giving a lot of preference to the grapevine instead of relying on the open channels and open communication, then that means there is a problem. There definitely there is a problem which exists. Now, I won't say that those organizations who really have a great culture, they don't have those. People who would not believe in in the grapevine. Obviously, we have those organizations as well, but my point is when there is a lot of reliance on the grapevine rather than on the open communication channels, then that is where the problem exists. And culture, so again, culture is something which is very important. People, how they are investing their time. Are they investing their time by talking ill about a colleague who is not present? That's a question that I'll ask people. We as adults, we get involved because either we get a juicy gossip that we will not be privy to, or we won't have an access to that information otherwise, or we are having that gossip against others just because that makes us feel good about us and that makes us feel good to let down others. I have a very nice story to share that in ancient Greece, there was a great philosopher, Socrates. And he met with an acquaintance in a street once upon a time. And the acquaintance asked that Socrates, have you heard the latest news about your friend? And Socrates said, no, but before you share that story with me, I want to pass a little test which is called triple filter test. And the acquaintance became very surprised, but at the same time, he was willing. So Socrates asked him, okay, tell me, first of all, that whatever you are going to tell me about my friend, is it true? And the acquaintance says, I just heard it. I don't know whether it is true or not true. And then the Socrates goes and asks, okay, is it good to share it with me? Is it a good news to share with me? And he was like, no, there is nothing good to share. And lastly, Socrates asks, okay, is it useful for me to know? And he was like, no, it's not a useful news at all. To that point, Socrates says, okay, first of all, you know that it is not true, or maybe you're having some doubts about its truthfulness. Secondly, you don't know whether it is good or not. You have no idea, and for some reason you told me that it is not good. And lastly, you told me it's not useful. Then what's the point, or why would you bother telling me this news? So the point I'm trying to make here to all other professionals is it's not just about the culture. It's about what are we trying to do? How are we investing our time? Is it benefiting us? Is it not benefiting us? Are we just having this gossip because at the end of the day it makes us feel good? It's not benefiting anyone else. Then there is no point of having that gossip at all. And that is also having a downside on the culture of any organization. So I'll just close this question by saying, and there is a very famous saying, I'm sure many of you would know anyway, even if I don't share it, that watch your thoughts become your words become your actions become your habits, and your habits become your destiny. So
Yeah.
how you're investing your time, what are your thoughts, they should definitely be benefiting you as well as others. If they are not, then probably it's time to rethink.
Beautiful, right? Said. What an answer. Really. Okay. Samir, the next question is that what healthy company culture looks like in the world?
Okay, it's a great question. It's definitely a very cool question. So, companies usually think that by acquiring the right talent or the top talent and making them a competitive compensation is all that will keep people retained and happy over the course of time. And I would argue that healthy culture is not just limited to acquiring the right talent or paying them a good compensation. I will say that a healthy culture is where people would love to show up to work, where people are looking forward to meet with their colleagues, where people know that whatever they say, they are not going to be judged for it, where they have a special sense of belonging, where they feel pride about the work that they do. And in today's world, a healthy culture is a culture where people have an opportunity to voice their opinions without having any fear of job security, where people get
Mhm.
necessary care and wellness offerings, and not only themselves, but also where when those are extended to their family members in difficult times, where I would say companies are interested to invest their time to understand the career aspirations and to offer them professional development courses to have a win-win between the company and the person that they have by upskilling them and keeping those people relevant in the market, and then obviously reaping benefits from keeping them relevant for their own purpose, where titles as such do not matter, because those titles are not the distinguishing factor between people. It's not creating or it's not segregating those people. Rather, they are treated with the same level of dignity and respect, and where the access to respect is same, where the access to resources is same, regardless of the gender, race, ethnicity, religion, background, education that they have, where expectations are established right from the beginning. So for people,
Mhm.
it's not a surprise where they have ended, and clear job or realistic job reviews are established right from day one, and also where values are reinforced by leaders in the same way and they are applicable to everyone across the company, and corrective actions are also taken in the similar fashion without having to distinguish those bigger titles. So people have trust and confidence in the culture where they work. That's how I would term as a healthy culture of an organization. I know the list is long, but then companies can choose to
Great,
have one couple of things.
wonderful, wonderful. Just Samir, बड़ा important question you wrote.
Sorry, I did not get you. Internet problem.
Samir, can you hear me now?
Now I can hear you absolutely. Ji. Can you repeat the
Great.
question, please, Hassan?
So can you hear me now?
Yes, yes, absolutely, I can. Can you hear me?
Okay. My voice is audible for you?
Yes, it
Yeah, yeah,
is.
I can. So, yeah,
Okay.
the question is that, both sector, हमें is a culture difference. There is a project-based companies. In Pakistan is one of um, uh, uh, एक बड़ा अच्छा जबरदस्त एक फोरम है नॉलेज कैफे और उस मुलाकात एक जगहों पे बहुत आता है और अमेरिकन के साथ या बाहर हमारी टीम को ना थोड़ा सा डिफरेंस, एक तो सुबह दोपहर के 2 बज रहे होते हैं, वहां उनको होती है हमारी कम्युनिकेशन के बड़े इश्यूज आए। आई मीन समझो कि वो अंग्रेजी तरह नहीं होती है, टेक्निकली वी आर वेरी स्ट्रांग। मतलब व्हाट डू यू थिंक, व्हाट काइंड ऑफ सजेशंस दैट डू यू हैव एज फार एज यू आर वर्किंग इन अ टेक सेक्टर, कि क्या किस तरह से इसको चेंज करना चाहिए, क्या कल्चर है, उनके कल्चर को समझे। बिकॉज 5-6 साल से यू वर्किंग विद डिफरेंट क्लाइंट्स के साथ जब आप काम करिए, तो वांट टू गिव किस तरह से यहाँ पे जो गैप आता है कम्युनिकेशन का, ये कल्चरल गैप है, किया है।
जी, मैं अपने एक्सपीरियंस से अभी बात कर रही हूँ, एंड ऑल आई विल से इज़ कपल ऑफ थिंग्स। जब हम किसी भी नए कल्चर के साथ इंटरैक्ट करना शुरू करते हैं, तो हमारे लिए बहुत ज़रूरी है कि हम उस कल्चर की या तो बुक्स पढ़ें या हम इंटरनेट पे जाके गूगल करें कि व्हाट इज़ इट, व्हाट आर सम ऑफ द थिंग्स दैट दे वैल्यू द मोस्ट। अगर मौका मिले तो उनकी बुक्स को पढ़ना, उनकी हिस्ट्री को अंडरस्टैंड करना, न्यूज़ देखना, न्यूज़ के अलावा अगर उनके कोई ऑथर्स हैं और उन्होंने कुछ बुक्स लिखी हुई भी हैं, या अगर कोई और किसी और फॉर्म एंड फैशन में लेट्स से उनकी मूवीज़ देख सकते हैं या कोई सीज़न्स हैं, उनको फ़ॉलो कर सकते हैं। These are couple of tips that I would say, not just they're not just applicable to the US, but they're applicable to other countries as well. जैसे मैं आपको अभी अपना एक एक्सपीरियंस बताऊँगी, and probably that will be helpful for you to know. So I had a team in the Philippines a couple of years ago. और जब मैं उनके साथ इंटरैक्ट कर रही थी, तो एक दिन टीम मेंबर wrote an email saying keeping in view. तो मुझे समझ नहीं आई honestly, between us, like I did not understand what is the meaning of keeping in view, right? And so I had to give a call to the team member and I said, hey, can you please tell me इसका मतलब क्या है, मुझे इसकी समझ नहीं आया। I was very honest, right? So कभी कभी ना ये भी करना इस बहुत जरूरी है कि मुझे नहीं पता, जो नहीं पता नहीं पता, acknowledge कर लेना, मान लेना, because then somebody is going to actually lend a hand and support and help. तो उन्होंने मुझे then she smiled and she said कि इसका मतलब था कि मैं follow up कर रही थी। तो मैंने कहा कि ठीक है, इन पाकिस्तान गेस व्हाट, जब किसी ने फॉलो अप करना होता है तो वो लिखते हैं ईमेल में, दिस इज अ जेंटल रिमाइंडर और दिस इज अ फॉलो अप ईमेल एज अ जेंटल रिमाइंडर एंड आई एम फॉलोइंग अप ऑन इट, राइट? Right. So the reason that I'm telling the story is because वो हमसे भी ज़्यादा implicit बात करते हैं, या डिप्लोमेटिक तरीके से फिलीपींस में बात होती है, उनको हम बहुत डायरेक्ट लगते हैं, हम या इंडिया के लोग। That's exactly what I had heard. India and Pakistan, they have a very direct style of communication, and to that I have smiled and I've said, अच्छा हमें ऐसा लगता है कि यूएस बहुत डायरेक्ट स्टाइल है ऑफ कम्युनिकेशन, राइट? और कभी-कभी हमारे बहुत जज़्बात मुतासिर हो जाते हैं बाय थिंकिंग कि अच्छा ये बात हम तो अपने कल्चर में कभी भी नहीं कहेंगे, राइट? बट दैट्स हाउ दे आर सो लाइक दे आर वेरी द पॉइंट आई एम ट्राइंग टू मेक इज दैट वी ऑल लिव इन द कल्चर that we have, and then we cannot change the culture, but at the same time we cannot expect other people to get to our level unless we are flexible about it. We should be very flexible. With that in mind, I'll say flexibility comes first. कोई इस तरह कह रहा है, अपने इमोशंस वो अपने इमोशंस पे हावी नहीं करना चाहिए। कोई इस तरह कह रहा है probably because उनके कल्चर में that's how people operate. So for US now I'll come to it. They are very direct people. When they say 9 a.m. it means 9 a.m. When they say 12 p.m. it means 12 p.m. और जब कोई उनको बार-बार एक्सक्यूज़ेज़ देता है, तो उनको ऐसे लगता है कि somebody is not interested. So for example, अगर मीटिंग का टाइम आपने 2 या 3 दफ़ा चेंज किया है, जो which is very common, which is pretty common in Pakistan. मगर अगर आप उनसे इस तरह बात करेंगे, आप सच बोल दें, बट अगर आप उनसे ये कहेंगे ना जिस तरह कि अच्छा ये मुझे पता नहीं होगा, अच्छा I'll get back, और 2-3 दफ़ा आप नहीं वापस आते, they'll think probably इसका इंटरेस्ट ही नहीं है, और probably ये प्रोफेशनलिज्म की शायद कोई कमी है, which is not true. It's just how different companies are operating, right? दूसरा मैं ये कहूँगी कि उनके उनके साथ टू द एक्सटेंट पॉसिबल आप भी डायरेक्ट हों। आप ये सोचकर कि हमारा तो ये स्टाइल नहीं है, या तो हमारे में बहुत तमीज़ है लोगों में, राइट? वो ये सोचते हैं, बहुत दफ़ा कॉन्टेम्पलेट करते हैं कि अगर हमने ये बात उनसे कर दी ना वहाँ के काउंटर पार्ट से, तो ऐसा ना हो कि वो बुरा मना जाए। वो जिस तरह डायरेक्ट हैं, ट्राई टू बी एज़ डायरेक्ट with them as possible. And I'll share a very practical story. ये एक बहुत प्रैक्टिकल स्टोरी है. I am aware of a US company and couple of couple of tech professionals who had this difficulty in terms of telling their counterparts in the US कि स्क्रम मीटिंग्स आप उस वक्त इसलिए ना रखवाएं रमजान के दौरान क्योंकि हमने अफ्तारी करनी होती है और स्मोक ब्रेक पे जाना होता है. तो जब मैंने ये किसी एक टेक प्रोफेशनल से ये स्टोरी सुनी थी तो मुझे काफ़ी हैरत हुई थी कि अच्छा ऐसा भी हो सकता है, जो कि होता है नॉर्मली. फिर वही बात है कि हम अपनी कन्वर्सेशन में अपने कल्चर को कितनी दफ़ा लेकर आते हैं और अगर लेकर भी आते हैं ना तो देयर हैज़ टू बी अ स्ट्रैटेजी बिहाइंड इट एंड अ पर्पस. आप कोई स्टोरी सुना रहे हैं सिर्फ इसलिए ना सुनाएं कि उनको बहुत ज़्यादा हैरत हो, बट आप वो स्टोरी सुनाएं जिसका पॉजिटिव इम्पैक्ट हो पाकिस्तान का. नंबर 1. Stories that are inspiring, story that has a purpose, frame the story, think about the story and share it with them so that there is a message at the end of it. वरना उससे पहले मैं कहूँगी कि हर दफ़ा आप सोचें what you are sharing, how you are sharing it may be completely perceived very differently in their context, in their cultural context, and that's fine. उनका it's a low context culture. Um, एंड वी आर अ हाई कॉन्टेक्स्ट कल्चर. लो और हाई कॉन्टेक्स्ट कल्चर का फर्क ये होता है कि वो लोग जो बात करते हैं उसका वही मीनिंग है. हम लोग जो बात करते हैं हमारी बात अलग होती है, हमारे एक्शंस, बिकॉज दैट्स हाउ वी आर ग्रूम्ड, राइट. हमारे यहाँ कॉनोटेशंस भी होते हैं, हम पाकिस्तानी समझ सकते हैं कि इसका क्या मतलब है. एंड अगेन दिस गोज बैक टू अनदर कल्चर एज वेल. while I was working with Marriott, a general manager came up to me and he asked, Samya, ये क्यों ऐसे हर बात में inshallah, why people say inshallah on Friday? Every time I have to make a purchase and a vendor tells me inshallah this will happen, this means मैं हंस पड़ी. मैंने कहा that's because we are a Muslim country. और खैर उसकी मिसेस भी मुस्लिम थी, ऐसा नहीं था कि वो उनकी मिसेस मुस्लिम. He knew that. बट देन गेस व्हाट, उन्होंने क्या बात की, उन्होंने कहा कि मुझे तो लगता है कि व्हेन समबडी सेज इंशाल्लाह देन दैट मींस द पर्सन इज सेइंग दैट एवरीथिंग आई एम रेस्टिंग ऑन अल्लाह एंड इवन इफ इट डजंट मैटर, इफ इट डजंट हैपन देन प्लीज डोंट होल्ड मी अकाउंटेबल. एंड आई स्माइल्ड, आई सेड नो, इसका ये मतलब भी नहीं है. मगर सी दैट्स हाउ डिफरेंट पीपल परसीव अस डिफरेंटली. So what we are saying, we also should be thinking about it, living up to our values, our behaviors. If we make a commitment, then that should mean yes, and then we should definitely make it. Some of the things for us to probably change our ways of working when we are working with international people. I hope I was
Great,
able to answer. If
wonderful,
not, I'm happy to go on.
rightly said. Yeah, wonderful. It was amazing and superb whole session. Getting a very good feedback. So we're running out of time because अभी हमारा rapid fire वाला segment भी है, अभी आपके साथ करना है. अभी 3-4 सवाल और भी हैं and we'll have to ask. So, Samya, next question is that what the reasons we need to make company culture a real culture value? हम बहुत सारी वैल्यूज बना लेते हैं. वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट द टू, वन इज सिस्टम ओरिएंटेड ऑर्गेनाइजेशन एंड सेकेंड इज अ पीपल ओरिएंटेड ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. सिस्टम ओरिएंटेड ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में तो शायद आसान होता है कल्चर बनाना, बाहर से सारी चीजें आ रही होती हैं, आगे जाके आपने उसको ही इम्प्लीमेंट करना होता है. नाउ हमारे जो एक फॉलोअर हैं उन्होंने भी कहा कि जी can you please ask from our guests that how we have to develop a strong culture in a state organization, कि वहां पर हम किस तरह से कल्चर को जो है ना वहां पर बनाएं. देखिए सेट पैटर्न पे जाके चीजों को सेट करना, इधर उधर से हिलाना, वहां तो इम्प्लीमेंट करना आसान होता है, एचआर के लिए भी तालियां बज जाती हैं. बात यह है कि जब आप पीपल ओरिएंटेड ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में काम करते हैं सेटों के साथ, तो वहां पर हाउ वी हैव टू डेवलप अ स्ट्रॉन्ग कल्चर.
It's a wonderful question. I'll say $1 million question. So मेरा अपना experience, I have it's a pride to say I have worked in a state culture as well. So ये मेरा नहीं ख्याल कि किसी के लिए सरप्राइज होना चाहिए. I have worked, right? एक बात जो मैं करूँगी वो ये है कि देखिए हमें ना अपनी अपने अपने पैराडाइम को शिफ्ट करना बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट है. When I say our paradigm shift, that is where we question ourselves. What can I do to make a difference? How can I inspire that change? How can I be the source of change instead of just fully putting that reliance or making those expectations from the culture or from other people. Now, I'm not saying that other people don't have a role to play, but when I say we, like we as professionals, we have a responsibility and we can definitely do that. Obviously, there are pros and cons to everything as well. अगर मैं, for example, कहीं जाती हूँ और मैं कहती हूँ कि आपका कल्चर जो इतने सालों का है, ये कल्चर तो बिल्कुल ठीक नहीं है, I'd say I'm going to change the vision, I'm going to make another vision, a mission statement, and a new set of values. Nobody's going to listen to me, right? Why they're not going to listen to me? Because see, their culture has worked and augmented them to achieve what they wanted to achieve. What I can probably do in my capacity is first realizing my limitations, realizing also where I can make that influence, and understanding all of that dynamic, and then probably making baby steps is what I can actually do. And not only myself, chale main to kar hi sakti hu if I am in the position of authority, but other people can also do where they want to bring that change by taking small steps. If there is a supervisor, so at the most, a supervisor can make the life of his or her team members very easy. And again, I have a lot many stories which I would love to share, but then I know we have this time constraint as well. ज्यादा से ज्यादा देखें क्या हो सकता है, यही हो सकता है कि अगर एक मैनेजर है, एक सुपरवाइजर है, वो उनको वो लेवल ऑफ कॉन्फिडेंस दे जहां पर लोग बात कर सकें, जहां पर लोग सच बता सकें, जो कि एक डिलेमा ये होता है। और ये सिर्फ ये नहीं है कि ये सेट कल्चर का डिलेमा है, आई हैव सीन दिस, आई हैव हर्ड दिस फ्रॉम मेनी पीपल, जहां वो अपने मैनेजर को अगर ये कहते हैं कि मुझे छुट्टी चाहिए क्योंकि मैंने लेट्स से आज सिर्फ रिलैक्स करना है, तो उनको छुट्टी इसलिए नहीं मिलती विद द थॉट कि ये तो टाइम का वेस्टेज है। और ऑन द अदर हैंड उसको झूठ बोलना पड़ता है अगर उसको रेस्ट भी करना है। तो आई एम जस्ट ट्राइंग टू से दैट व्हाट आर वी डूइंग, हाउ आर वी शोइंग अप इफ वी हैव दैट इन्फ्लुएंस, whether we are making a safe spot for people or not, again a question for us to ask, or maybe like everybody has a shared responsibility, that's how we can bring in change, otherwise किसी एक का काम नहीं है। मेरे ख्याल से कि हम देखिए, and this goes back to our religion as well, कि हमें हमें लोगों को, and while I don't share a lot of my faith, because faith is something which is very personal, but still I would say, and everybody's religion says the same thing, that do good to people, but how many times do we actually make their job easy, or without like putting undue pressures? Now expectations should be clear, right? Results should be driven. While that said, there has to, like, we have to deal with people on a human level. We cannot think that they're machines or they'll simply do things just because we are expecting them to do. तो जितना हमारी capacity में, again coming back to the question, whatever is in our capacity, we should do that. And then we should be advocates for change for good. But if for whatever reason, if there is a downside impact on your job, then definitely you should give another thought whether to talk about that change and inspire change or not. But अब जैसे हसन है, today is Sunday for him, and he is having that vision, that's why he's there. So I am, I'm deeply inspired from his vision, because he's giving back to the community, and that means something. That means something about his sense of purpose, about his professionalism. So that's how we all have a role to play, and we can definitely do that, but it just requires a little thought behind it. I
Agree.
hope I was able to
Wonderful.
answer it.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you very much. Okay, we are running out of time. I'll try my level best कि जो questions हैं वो जल्दी जल्दी आपसे पूछें.
Sure.
Okay. The next question is that how to re-engineer the culture of any organization for business success. क्योंकि बात घूम फिर के आ रही है culture पे, because अब यकीन माने कई दफा ऐसा होता था कि लेट सेटिंग जिस दिन पहले चले जाते थे, पहले से मुराद के टाइम पर चले जाते थे, तो लोग कहते थे कि यार जल्दी चला गया। काइंड ऑफ अच्छा, कोई ऐसे खास डिपार्टमेंट्स होते हैं हर इदारे में जिनको ना लेट सिटिंग की बड़ी आदत होती है, तो उसकी वजह से ना मतलब हमारा भी वो लोग कहते थे नहीं नहीं यार तुम लोग, बहुत सारी स्टोरीज ऐसी हैं। सो माय क्वेश्चन अगेन, हाउ टू री इंजीनियर द कल्चर।
I hope I'm audible, Hassan. Okay. See, I'll say there is no silver bullet to the one that you just shared. All I will say is that what are the expectations that you have set as a professional when you have joined? So there are two sides of looking at it, and people say that there are three sides of the story. So one, I really buy this one, that okay, people have these late sittings for whatever reason they do. Then another way, if somebody has a perspective, would definitely question that what is the effectiveness, what are the outcomes. And so if you ask me, I will say that time, like, people should not watch time. for others. It's the results that matter. And so, building that culture, obviously, that needs a lot of mindset shift. But then that is the real value that people are driving, and how effectively time is being prioritized. A couple of things that I'll say.
Hmm.
One thing that I had thought that I'll be sharing with this audience is the Kaufman Founder School, and it's an organization. It's a startup organization basically, and the CEO is very inspirational, where he said that culture, if you let people build that culture, then obviously you are not going to have that staring in your hand. So whenever there are two people in the organization, culture is automatically formed, whether somebody likes it, whether somebody doesn't like it. And if somebody has to create the culture, the best way of creating the culture for entrepreneurs or aspiring entrepreneurs is to think about it ahead of time, so that the steering is in the hand, right? Rather than giving that room or opportunity to people to build it. And he believes in four things, four key ingredients. One is transparency is very critical. So whatever I'll try to trim it down because I know we are short of time. They're very transparent in terms of the performance matrix, in terms of the financial reporting, all the dashboard that is available, and people exactly know what they are doing. So there are memos going out from the executives where they say that okay, this is where we are doing good as a company, this is an area of opportunity for us, so people exactly know what is expected from them. The second ingredient for them is hiring the smartest people, and then helping them understand the strategy and how the business is getting along, and obviously having expectations and empowering them and having that expectation that they are the ones who are going to drive results for us, and with all that transparency that is given, and that they'll be making good decisions. So in a culture where people know that our decisions are going to be questioned, and where we have the ability and empowerment to make those decisions, then people are obviously mindful about making those decisions. Third, what I like about them and their key ingredient for them is collaboration, where as a company they believe
Hmm.
collaboration is not about building consensus. Collaboration is
Yeah.
about solving problems together, where there is a belief that we are not just going to identify problems for the company, but then we will be giving alternative solutions to solving those problems as well. That's what the company believes in. That don't come to us with problems only, come to us with
Point.
solutions. And lastly, learning, so that people should not be afraid of making mistakes. And so also understanding that if they have made mistake, they'll fix the mistake as well. Obviously allowing them also not to repeat similar mistakes, but then giving them room where mistakes is okay thing to do, is where they believe that as a company it helps them drive forward, and also that people will be able to take those risks. So that's what I loved about the startup company, and I thought I'll be sharing with our audience today, that these are important ingredients to consider.
Great, wonderful. You were amazing and superb. We have heard about you. You have really proved it. I mean, it was very interesting, very informative, and wonderful. Hats off to you. Great job. Wonderful.
Thank you. I'm humbled. I'm deeply humbled. Thank you. Thanks to you. Because of you, we were
Great,
able to
wonderful. So,
have this session.
thank you. Okay. The final question topic is concerned, and that is फिर उसके बाद हम rapid fire segment जो है अपना start करते हैं. The question is that what growth principles should you focus on as you redesign organizational culture during a crisis? This is the time of COVID. यहाँ पर बहुत सारे हमने कभी सोचा भी नहीं था, ना ही हम प्रिपेयर रहे कोविड के लिए. तो अब वर्क फ्रॉम होम चल रहा है. इवन दो वर्किंग इन टेक सेक्टर वर्क फ्रॉम होम था, लेकिन इस तरह से नहीं था. तो इस टाइम के अंदर क्या स्ट्रेटेजीज होनी चाहिए, किस तरह से डिजाइन करना चाहिए एक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन अपने कल्चर को, ताकि वो बेहतर तरीके से परफॉर्म कर सके?
See, I'll say that the leadership has a vital role to play in times of COVID. And leadership defines the culture. I have to say this again and again because there is a bigger responsibility. They have the title for a purpose. Otherwise, there is no point that they are being compensated at a higher level than other people. So obviously they have a role. Now leadership is a skill where business results and client experience is driven through people. They have that responsibility that they don't have to actually do those things, but they have to convince others to do that. So then the important factor becomes that are they imbibing those values, that they want others to bring life while they are working. Obviously, that's a question to be asked. And then when people see that there is a contrast between the vision and the mission statement of the company and between the actions of the leaders, that's where they stop believing in the culture, or they stop even respecting those leaders. And we all know that we have all sorts of leaders in all kinds of organizations. um, Now again, the responsibility or the question goes back to those leaders, how they would want to set the tone, and whether, those toxic environments, whether they are helping them drive business results. If not, obviously they have to reframe their strategies, and they have to connect with people at a deeper level. Right now it's time to connect with people, and we are all working from home in a virtual space. It's more important to, to either send a text or give a call, or just to know if people are doing really well. So as a leader should know the pulse, what's happening in the team. If a leader is sleeping without having to know what is happening in lives of team members, then I'll say it's really sad. And especially in Pakistani context, where we all know what's happening in other people's families and in their lives. So definitely they have a bigger responsibility. And then establishing right expectations from people too. That's also important. Like, what is it that they expect? In the beginning, I heard that somebody said कि वो देखा जाता है कि कोई ये एक कहीं पे मेरी कहीं से डिस्कशन हो रही थी कंसल्टेंट के साथ, एंड ही वाज टेलिंग मी कि उन्होंने अपने किसी क्लाइंट से सुना है कि लोग देखते हैं कि कोई चैट पे है, स्काइप पे है या नहीं है. To me, it was a surprise. Like, why would somebody see कि वो सारा दिन Skype पे हैं? Focus on the outcomes. What is it that is expected? Set the tone, and then rest is just, leave it and then have that conversation with them.
Great, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So it's all about today. The topics अभी बात करेंगे जरा rapid fire की. So you're ready for the rapid fire segment?
I'm ready.
Great,
Let's see what it unfolds.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. The first question is that, as an emerging HR leader, what keeps you up at night?
Okay. What keeps me up at night is what is happening, what is changing in the world. What's the definition of the top talent for different industries, whether I'm relevant or not. What am I doing to keep myself relevant to those business problems, to be relevant in the industry? These are a couple of things that keep me motivated. And am I adding value to lives of others?
Wonderful. Okay, the next question is that, describe today's HR in one line.
Amazing audience, but I'll say, because they had no other choice than to listen to me, so I thank them all, and you especially.
Great, wonderful. Okay, the next question is that, who is your inspiration to be an HR professional?
An inspiration for me to be, it's a tough one. I have a lot of inspiration, but yeah, I'll say our chief people officer. Our chief people officer, because she demonstrates a lot of care. But if you ask me for the leader, I'll say Michelle Obama, because she has done a lot for other women. Yeah.
Great. Okay, the next question is that, a stranger's first impression of yours would be?
I would rather want to hear it from you than I have to define it on my own.
But I'm asking this question to you, so you have to answer it. I mean, what do you think that the stranger's first impression? If you ask to me, for me, I think that's friendly, knowledgeable, and पहला मेरा impression यही था कि मतलब friendly है, I mean knowledgeable है. So I mean it's like that. I mean कि what I have heard about you, because मैंने भी अपना homework किया हुआ था. I have seen your videos on YouTube और माशाल्लाह. So I was expecting that, मतलब कि आज का बड़ा जबरदस्त किस्म का होने वाला है हमारा जो वो है, and you have added a value, literally wonderful. So यही मेरी, जब मैंने भी first impression मेरा था, मैंने कहा यार बड़ा जबरदस्त किस्म का होएगा, और पर्सनालिटी भी अच्छा. मैंने जब स्टेज पे पहले तो मैंने ये सोचा था, नहीं यार मतलब थोड़ी सी मतलब वो होता है कि बंदे को थोड़ा टाइम लगता है. जब हम मॉक सेशन भी कर रहे थे तो विल हैविंग, लेकिन आई मीन यू वर अमेजिंग एंड सुपर. सो मैं समझता हूँ कि पहले तो फ्रेंडली वाला थोड़ा सा मेरे ज़हन में था. तो अब आप लोग देखते हैं तो वो क्या उनके ज़हन में आता है? पहला impression?
I'll be very honest, जो मैंने कमेंट सुने हैं बहुत दफा लोगों को हैरत, अगेन अभी रिसेंट तो नहीं है ये, सो इट विल बी अ फॉल्स स्टेटमेंट टू मेक, मगर बहुत दफा लोगों को अगर मैं बताऊं कि ये मेरा टाइटल है या दिस इज व्हाट आई एम डूइंग, दे विल नॉट बिलीव मी. Probably because my face maybe that is disguising them, or मुझे honestly मुझे नहीं idea like why, but I feel that people would hardly believe that that's my profession or this is what I'm doing, because I've heard some statements
Mhm.
about it where people would think that I'm much younger than how I actually am. तो इस वजह से शायद उनको वो doubt होता है, but that's the impression, or these are the statements that I've heard. That's why I think कि वो उनको लगता ये है कि नहीं ऐसा नहीं होता
ठीक, okay.
होगा. Yeah.
Okay. The next question is that what Pakistani consumes less of is?
Sorry, I did not get you. Sorry, if you can
What
repeat.
पाकिस्तानियों को सबसे कम काम क्या करना चाहिए?
सबसे कम काम क्या करना चाहिए? वो तो मैंने पहले भी मेंशन किया है. अपना टाइम गॉसिपिंग में नहीं लगानी चाहिए और कुछ प्रोडक्टिव करना चाहिए जो अपने लिए बेनिफिशियल हो.
ग्रेट, वंडरफुल. मैं समय आई जस्ट वांट टू शेयर विद यू एक आप ही की तरह एक सीजन प्रोफेशनल भी हमारे साथ आए, तो उनसे मैंने ये सवाल पूछा कि यार पाकिस्तानी को सबसे कम काम क्या करना चाहिए, तो उन्होंने कहा जी वो जो हम अल्लाह की कसम खाते हैं ना, प्लीज आपकी मेहरबानी है वो कस्में खाना छोड़ दें. So that was an amazing answer. So, okay, जी. The next
बहुत
question
अच्छा.
is that if we have to automate you and ask you to keep one human quality, what should that be?
One human quality would be integrity, making my commitments, delivering on the commitments जो उन्होंने बात की. That's why I resonate with it. I love the statement that he made.
Wonderful, wonderful, great. Okay, the next question is that what's the most used app on your smartphone?
WhatsApp. WhatsApp.
Great, great. Okay. Okay. Next question is that what superpower do you think that you have?
I think I have the ability of being awake till very late and also have the ability to get up soon. Like just having maybe 4 hours or 3 hours. That's something I can easily manage.
Wonderful, wonderful, great. Okay, the final question is that what excites you and motivates you in your role?
What excites me is when I am solving problem for the business, and at the same time I'm able to add value to careers of other people. That is what excites me the most. And sorry, what was the other question? And motivates me? Yeah. So what
Yeah.
motivates me is if somebody learns something in my coaching sessions with me, and then if somebody gets back and tells me that I implemented this, and as a result of this what I got is what makes my year, if I get to have maybe one or two coaches, or if I get to hear from them. So that is what helps me think that okay, I have done something for others, and that keeps me motivated.
Great, wonderful. Just my followers are still watching us on LinkedIn, YouTube and Facebook, और हमें वो देख रहे हैं जो जॉब सीकर हैं, फ्रेश ग्रेजुएट्स हैं जो मार्केट में फायदा उठा रहे हैं, मतलब फायदे उठाने से बना रही है, मतलब कि यू आर विद अस एंड एचआर प्रोफेशनल, बहुत सारे इंटरव्यूज आपने अपने पूरे करियर में किए हैं. सो क्या एडवाइस ऐसे लोगों को आप देना चाहिए, particularly पेप टॉक किसान के जो फॉलोअर्स हैं, लिंक्डइन पे आपको पता है कि अभी भी लोग हमें देख रहे हैं और ज्यादातर लोग वो बैठे हैं जो यहाँ तो जॉब चेंज करना चाहते हैं या वो मार्केट में आना चाह रहे हैं, एंटर होना चाह रहे हैं. सो क्या उनको आप एडवाइस करना चाहिए?
देखिए, उनके लिए मेरे पास कुछ एडवाइसेस, एक तो ये है सबसे पहले, नेवर गेट डिमोटिवेटेड. इफ यू आर नॉट गेटिंग एन आंसर इट डजंट मीन दैट इट विल हैपन फॉरएवर. आई पर्सनली हैव गॉन एंड हैव हर्ड सो मेनी नोज फ्रॉम मेनी ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस, बट स्टिल यू शुड बिलीव दैट आई एम स्टिल वर्किंग. और मैं वो हूँ जिसको शायद जब मैं आ रही थी नौकरी पे तो मुझे था कि कौन सी कंपनी होगी जो मुझे कुछ भी पैसे देगी, और क्यों, मेरे पास तो कुछ भी नहीं है. So with that mindset, you should believe in yourself. Number one, you should never get demotivated. We all have gifted skills and abilities because that's how our Almighty Allah has created us. At the same time, what you need to do is when you are getting the chance of appearing in an interview, you should do your best. Best where you know about the company, you know about what they are offering, what are their services, where their clients are. That's how you are going to impress the interviewer. उसके अलावा I'll say जब आपको पता है कि कौन आपका इंटरव्यू ले रहा है, then definitely you should be looking at the profile. You should know what is going to stick to him or her. उनके क्या passions हैं, उनके क्या ambitions हैं, उन्होंने क्या किया है, and then try to customize, your answer so that it resonates with them. और उसमें क्या है, उसमें एक benefit ये होता है कि similar to me वाला bias जहाँ आ जाता है, it helps people land on those opportunities. So these are some of the quick ones that I would offer.
Great, wonderful. Ladies and gentlemen, we have asked a lot of questions to Samia Kamar. She was amazing and phenomenal. In case do you have any questions, you can write down the comment. You can also follow Samia Kamar on social media, particularly on LinkedIn. You will learn a lot of from her. Again, thank you very much, Samia, for your valuable time, and we'll love to have you again in future.
Thank you so much, Hassan. It has been an amazing opportunity for me to be here, and I just didn't feel that 1 hour has passed by because you kept it going. So thanks a lot. Thank you very much for this privilege, and happy to be of help
Thank you.
anytime. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for watching today's episode of Talk Pakistan. Please give us so we can improve accordingly. हमें याद रखिएगा इंशाल्लाह अनकरीब नेक्स्ट नए शो और नए टॉपिक के साथ दोबारा आऊंगा पाकिस्तान जिंदाबाद टेक केयर
Take care. Bye bye.
टेक केयर